Well, there wasn't much impact, I think, to the debate last time.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think the strategy was not to attack each other, but to
right.
attack Trump. And I think that was exactly the wrong strategy. They spent so much time talking about
Yeah, yeah.
how bad Trump was instead of talking about what they were going to bring to America. It's a mistake that they've made time and time again.
And it's a mistake that Hillary made when,
Yeah,
reversing it.
and at the same time that they were speechifying and talking at people instead of talking to people,
Yeah,
Trump was in Wisconsin at a huge rally, even as the debate was going on, talking to people. Now,
right,
whether it's full of lies, exaggeration, whatever, he
right.
knows how to talk to people in an engaging conversation, real life type conversation, rather than this rhetoric and these abstractions that the Democrats are continually engaging in. And we've heard all that rhetoric before,
Right,
and it just goes in one ear and out the other after a while. People know that politicians say one thing, do another thing.
right,
But what grabs him about Trump is that he seems to be actually talking to them, whether or not you could believe them.
right,
They enjoy that it's like a regular person talking to them in a regular conversation.
right. I mean, did you feel that anyone was outstanding or a winner from last night, or?
Well, I think playing off what I just said about speechifying and all that, I think Biden, not Biden, I think Bernie Sanders
Yeah,
was the one that was most engaging because despite his bombast and his intensity, to me it comes off that like there's a sincerity there, a
yeah, yeah,
long-standing sincerity about what he believes in, what he wants to do. And I
yeah,
think that catches the public more than
right.
some of the stale rhetoric of the other candidates.
I mean, I think in a way, I mean, he's sort of closer to Trump in his rhetoric, not in terms of content, but in terms of relating to people.
Wait, exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
works.
But I thought the argument about whether he said that a woman could not become president, you know, I thought that was a silly kind of argument.
It
Between
was. I mean, they didn't dwell on it very much. It shouldn't have even be brought up, I
brought
think,
up, right? Yeah,
the moderators. And also, if you notice, the moderator who asked about that, you know, uh, but Bernie denied saying it,
right.
and then the moderator asked Warren when he said it, not if he said it.
Exactly,
I
exactly,
mean,
right,
right there,
right, right,
it
right,
wasn't like an honest
right.
approach to
And I thought the
debate.
questions weren't that great. I mean, I thought the questions were sort of not softball questions, but just questions that were not particularly pointed or,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and this is the last debate before the Iowa caucuses, and to me, it didn't have much of an impact.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Also, what we've got is a number of issues that they've trashed over and over and over again that really are not engaging the public. They should have been talking much more realistically, one to one, about how messed up the country is,
right.
and how we got to this point. Now, that's another point where Biden, I thought, where Bernie was very effective in his closing speech. I think he had the best closing speech, where he
Hmm.
kept saying, I think it was, how did we get to this point? How did this occur? Over and
Right,
over and over again, hitting on the issues that
right.
affect Americans with their pocketbooks, their futures, very, very down to earth issues. And I
Right.
think that's why the polls are showing now in Iowa that Bernie seems to be
Bernie's,
slightly ahead.
right,
You
right,
know?
right. I agree. I agree with you. I mean, I thought it was, I mean, I got a little bit bored with it last night, I must say. I mean, and I'm, the
Yeah,
original news junkie, but
yeah. I
yeah.
mean, there wasn't much fire to it, and also in terms of Biden, I still think at times he appeared shaky
Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
appeared almost
It was
enfeebled
like,
to be too strong a word, but he seemed to be
yeah,
off the mark in a
yeah. I mean, he would start a sentence and not be able to get to the end of it and sort of lose his train of thought and
Yeah,
kind of go back. I mean, it was
yeah.
kind of sad to watch that. And I
Where
think that,
Sanders, I mean, Sanders is up in age also, but I mean, he's so ferocious in his delivery.
Yeah.
And that's where that sincerity comes across. You know, whether you think what he's saying is actually doable or whatever, to
Right.
me, he comes across that this is a guy who hasn't changed his positions over the years. And
Right.
he's really intensely committed to
Right.
to his beliefs rather than just throwing out whatever is politically correct at the time.
Right. Well, what do you think about Klobuchar?
Uh, yeah, I mean, she was passable, but I don't think she really hit home with anything that people are going to remember from the debate. Do you?
Right. No, not really. No. I mean, I thought the line that Warren gave about all those women who won the elections and these men here on the stage that lost
I
was
mean,
pretty
it was
good.
a funny line. It was
Yeah.
a good zinger, but so what? Are people
So
going to
what?
remember that as a big issue to
Yeah,
take
that's
with them
true.
into the voting booth?
That's true. That's true.
I don't know if Bernie and Warren are now uh, treating each other gingerly because they figure they might be running mates.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, listen, we'll talk tomorrow.
All right, Ken.
All right. Take you later. Bye-bye.